with the topic that we want to chop up.
Chop it up. We back. I know y'all probably looking like, what? Today's not Sunday. No, it's not. But, there's a possibility that we might be busy this Sunday. And if some of y'all don't know what this Sunday coming up is, it's going to be Valentine's Day, right? Now, we're not, this could be another topic, but we're not going in on it today about Valentine's Day. But this is Wednesday, and it's early in the week, so we're going to chop some things up right now. How you doing, Seth the Dark Child? Hold on 1 second here. All right, there we go. How you doing, Seth the Dark Child?
I'm good, brother. Am I in right now?
Yeah, you in. What happened was my arm must have hit the phone and took you off the Bluetooth, which I got to sync. But we're good. We in here.
Works for me. Yeah, bro. I'm good, man. I'm just, like I say, I know there's something special coming up for some people this weekend. So we wanted to get it in early this week just in case.
Just in case, but you never know. We still possibly could have a show on Sunday, but just to be on the safe side, let's get some episodes out today.
Yes, sir.
So I think was it last Sunday? Yeah, it was last Sunday. So last Sunday there was a big event that happened. Seth the Dark Child, you remember what that event was, sir?
Was it? It was a bowl of some sort.
I think Super Bowl.
It was bigger than a Mega Bowl. Super. Yeah.
Oh, Super Bowl. Okay.
Bigger than a Mega Bowl.
Right. So yeah, every year when the Ninja Police, aka NFL, has the yearly championship game with the top two teams, there's normally a bunch of commercials that are paid for and viewed and presented. But
might be the best part.
Go ahead. Right.
That's it. That might be the best part of the game, depending on which team's playing.
Listen, I have no argument there. Depending on the game, the commercial may be the best part. But there had to be a particular commercial that Mr. Seth the Dark Child saw, and I saw too, and I missed it. But that's the great benefit of having a team or a co-host. You know what I'm saying? We're both hosts, so we're both equal here. But as far as the host, it's sometimes, I may see something, he sees something, but he sees something different, and he brought it to my attention. Seth the Dark Child, go and talk to the people and let them know what we're talking about today, sir.
All right, yeah. You know what? So watching the Super Bowl, this small commercial came on. I think the only reason I caught it was because I recognized Dolly Parton's voice, and I was, it just got my full attention out of nostalgia's sake, I think. Anyway, it was the commercial for working 5 to 9, right? And so I looked at the video a couple times on YouTube after the game, and it was something, after at 5 to 9, everybody needs to hustle. Everybody needs to do something that makes them more money, be on their grind more. And, bruh, let me tell you, part of me was like, yeah, I get it. Everybody needs to grind if you want something for your future.
Mm-hmm.
But another part of me was like, man, is these ninjas for real? They had people dancing and jumping around about spending 4 more hours of your day on a side hustle, on a grind. As if you didn't just spend 9 to 5 working an 8-hour job. Bruh, I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw the commercial, and I think it was a website advertisement for small, for entrepreneur. It was a website commercial. But when I first saw it, in my mind when I saw it, and forgive me, y'all, yeah, we all have these moments. I thought there was advertising working 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Even though it's 5 to 9. But somehow my brain registered they was talking about 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. But what they were saying was 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So 4 hours, like Seth the Dark Child said, after your long day that you already worked already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and I've worked the third shift too. So I've worked 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
I would, bruh.
But mind you, when you worked it was just that one shift. You wasn't working 2 shifts. You was working that one shift overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So it was different. It was by choice, and plus, I believe at that time you got paid more money too overnight.
Oh yeah. That's the only reason I work third shift.
Right.
Shift, yeah.
I mean, and the calls were actually more crazy. They, not saying it was easier, but they're a little crazier because them freaks come out night. They come out night. So you get people calling about something else and they drunk or whatever, but you'll get the crazy calls. But in most cases, the main focus is don't fall asleep during that time frame. All you gotta do is stay awake and answer a few calls. Answer a few calls.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I won't front. I know for a fact I curled up under my desk more times than my manager would have been happy with, because it's hard to stay conscious all night. But yeah, see, that's the whole point. I was young, right?
Right.
But
no kids.
I knew I was doing it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? For a small reason. I had no intention of doing it long term. I took the third shift. I'm talking about like a part-time job, because we all have part-time jobs sometimes.
Right.
Christmas roll around, you might need some extra money. You get your part-time job for the holidays. But when I saw this commercial, I literally felt like they were trying to say everybody should be working 12 hours a day. That's what I felt like, just listening to this commercial and thinking about how they were portraying it. It's literally like corporate America is wanting us to work 12 hours a day.
Okay. Well, let me play devil's advocate. Seth the Dark Child.
Okay.
So what's wrong with working 12 hours? Only 12 hours, right? So what's so bad about that?
It's only 12 hours. You know what? Once again, successful businessmen. Okay, it's a lot. I'm going to point it out. Successful business people do work 70, 80, 90 hours a week. But that's a small percentage of people. People do have part-time jobs, part-time gigs, along with their full-time jobs, right?
Right.
That's still a small percentage of people. You know what I'm saying? How many people, real talk, do you actually know right now working a full-time job and a part-time job?
Not many at all, to be honest.
Yeah. And it happens, but it's not. When I'm looking at this commercial, they are advocating to the mass market that people need to have a part-time job in addition to a full-time job. You don't want 5% of the population, maybe 10% of the population working 2 jobs. You want all of us doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if everybody in the population has to work 2 jobs to survive, corporate America won, brother. Corporate America has won. They are underpaying us so much that we require 2 jobs to survive. 50 years ago, one person working could take care of a family of 4. And if with one person working, 50 years.
Okay.
Now you telling me that just for you by yourself to survive, you need 2 jobs. Corporate America won, bro. You feel me?
I do. No, I completely understand. But go ahead. Well,
let me just level set with some numbers. And everybody, I know I get bored. People get tired of doing statistics and stuff like that, but I just want to level set with people as to what this is actually saying. Okay. Right? So let's say you work a 9 to 5 job, right? Let's say you have a 30-minute travel time back and forth to work. If you work in a major city, you know that's a joke. But 30 minutes, right? You get up an hour early for work, so 7:30, your alarm clock is going to go off, right?
Right.
Now, this is if you won't have kids. I'm not even going to calculate getting the kids ready for school in the morning and fixing them breakfast along with you. So I'm not even going to do that. If your alarm clock go off at 7 in the morning, you get up, shower. For me, shower, shave, change. get my clothes ready, press them out, whatever, grab something to eat, get in the car. If I get up at 7, I can get to work by 9. Awesome. I'm going to work for 8 hours at work, but let's be honest. I'm not going to work 8 hours because I got to do an hour for lunch. So they totally left that out. Boom, 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 right? So from 7 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I haven't done anything for myself, for my family, for my wife, for my kids, for my girl. Nothing. I went to work and worked. When I got off work, instead of coming home and picking the kids up from school or going to after school activity, you are suggesting that I go get another 4-hour part-time job, right?
Right.
And so, and let's be honest, I'm not, unless the job is next door, I'm not going to walk out from one job to another. So hopefully I'll start about 6. So working 5 to 9 is truthfully more like 6 to 10, right? I'm going to do whatever I got to do for 6 to 10, and then I'm going to when I get off at 10 o'clock, 30-minute travel time home, I get home 10:30. So I got up at 7, I got home at 10:30. That's 13 and a half hours. And I have literally done nothing but sell my time to corporate America, whoever it is. Every day, 5 days a week. And that's what they want all of us to do.
And that was what you said, 13 hours, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a small round number because we just throwing numbers out.
No. Only reason why I said it is because there's only 24 hours in a day. So in 24 hours a day, we already used half, right? And on top of that, we didn't even factor in sleep time, right?
That's at least 5 to 8 hours, depending on who you are.
I mean, normally, normally you're supposed to get 8 hours. Normally, right?
Yeah, let's be real.
Right. Most people don't get 8 hours, but you got to factor that in. But then on top of that, where do you spend time with your wife and kids and, significant other? What does that fall in at, except the DaChop?
I have no idea. Here, I mean, I'll keep on piling on to it so we can have a full discussion because I'll be just looking at it. You got up at 7. You enter. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, is that her quality time in the morning? You get up 30 minutes early so you can talk to her while she's getting ready to go to her job. She spend more time with Brad in accounting than she do with you.
Say that again. Say that again. She does what again?
She spends more time with Brad in accounting than she does with you.
Okay, let's make sure everybody heard that. I heard it, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. Her work. And if you're a woman, it's the same thing. His work life, but my girl's work husband get much more quality time than I do. 5 days a week. Now bear in mind, you want me to be in reasonable shape or something, right? You don't really want me to be a big fat guy. I am a big fat guy, but you don't want me to be that. When am I going to go to the gym and work out? So you can just hang up getting in shape, right?
Right, unless you want to sacrifice your 1 hour break during lunch and work out, or at least 30 minutes. But then by the time you eat your food, your food had no time to digest. You're burping while you're getting back to work because the food's still trying to go down.
And when are you going to run any errands at all? You're going to save all of your errands for the weekend?
Yeah, you're going to have to. Yeah, you're going to have to because, you're right. Because when you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you got to get up, nothing's open. But plus you got to get ready to go to work anyway. So you ain't got time to go to the doctor's office before you go into work your job.
Exactly. And what if you get sick? Bro, your whole schedule threw off and you got to call in sick. Once again, people do live this life. I'm not saying they don't live it. I'm not saying it's not something people can do.
Right, but
I cannot. Everybody, corporate America literally wants to put the idea in all of our heads that we should give corporate America 12, 13 hours a day of our time. Out of 24, they want 13. How does that work, bro?
I don't even know how that works.
And God forbid if you actually think you want to have a relationship with somebody, because I don't know where you're going to find that.
That's not going to work. That's not gonna work at all. Not at
Exactly.
all. How you gonna build? How you gonna build trust? Let's start right there. How you gonna build trust?
Exactly. and once again, Brad and accounting got more quality time with my girl than I do.
Facts.
I mean, they might last at the coffee machine in the break room longer than we talked in the kitchen at the house.
Listen, they got 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, with your wife. Or
With
ladies, with your man, whatever case may be. But your significant other is gone, and they got more quality time, and you ain't got time to pick up the phone and text because you busy working. Yep.
And the part of the reason I latched onto this, because I now think I see what the Matrix is on some topics, right?
Okay.
This is a little short commercial. It has a catchy tune that older people immediately recognize. So the idea could stay in your mind. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you do have children, right? What kind of relationship, regardless of the relationship with your wife, at least she's an adult woman working, so you can y'all have that in common. Y'all both understand the stress y'all are under. But what about your kids? Your kids might have seen you in the morning before they got ready for school and you got ready for work. But when you get home at 10:30, 11 o'clock that night,
they sleep.
If they not, but who put them to sleep? If you and your wife both kicking 12-hour gigs, who put them to sleep?
I mean, hopefully you have a mother-in-law. If not, you got a babysitter that you're paying.
So once again, more money out your pocket. See, that's the whole point. Think about this. Anybody ever want to listen? 50, 60 years ago, one person working. I would like to say the father of the house if you lived in the Archie Bunker neighborhood, but one person in the house was able to feed and clothe and shelter the entire family. 50 years ago. This ain't like I'm talking about back when people were coming across with sailboats across the ocean. We're talking about the generation of our parents and grandparents. One person working was able to feed and shelter. Now it takes two adults working full time to have the same thing our grandparents had. And they are literally telling you right now that it takes two people working 4 jobs to have the same thing our grandparents had. But once again, they slide it in. You don't notice it's there. It's subliminal. You just hear it in the background. You get used to the idea, and the next thing you know, oh yeah, I drive Uber after I get off work in the afternoons, and I drive Uber till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you don't even blink. Why are you driving Uber? Well, I need the extra money to pay for the child care that I wouldn't have to pay for if I wasn't driving Uber.
Say that again. Say it again.
Ain't that it? I drive Uber to pay for the child care I wouldn't have to pay for if I wasn't driving Uber.
That right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's do the math. Ladies, men, gentlemen, people. Corporate America, it has beaten us down. We got a $7.50 minimum wage. That minimum wage hasn't changed in 15 to 20 years. The cost of a loaf of bread at the grocery store has doubled in that same amount of time. The cost of a can of beans, you used to be able to go to the grocery store and get a can of some canned goods for what? For $1?
Yeah,
hasn't that went up?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Now it's like 4 for $3 or something like that, or 3 for $4 or 4. It's some ridiculous number. But like, dude, this basically the same can of goods used to be a quarter 20 years ago. Might have been 25 cents. No lie. Can of regular string bean is now 75 cents. But you still making minimum wage at $7.25 an hour, and it barely goes up. You can do that for 5 years and barely be making $12 an hour in 5 years of doing it. but the cost of a gallon of gas in 1992 was less than $1. Now it's over $2. The price of gas doubled. Minimum wage didn't.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That.
Yeah.
Huh? Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to harp on it, but I'm just saying that this 5 to 9 p.m. Corporate America has thrown this in there. It got signed off by the major networks, and everybody like, oh yeah, it's just a gig. Yeah, we who needs an 8-hour job? It's the gig economy. They said that so much you become numb to the fact that they are milking us dry. These are like vampires sucking on our corpses.
Now, also to add onto the topic overall, this is not to dismiss any of our entrepreneurs out there who is going to put that additional 4 hours, and most of the time, most entrepreneurs put in more than 4 hours. If we be real technical with it, we put more time in this 4 hours, right? So 4 hours like the minimal, huh?
That's absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So let's be clear, we're not knocking the entrepreneurs out there, because the world wouldn't be the United States wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for entrepreneurs, right? What we're saying here is that some people, when y'all see stuff on TV, you believe that's the gospel and you go with it and that's it, and you get mentally brainwashed, turn to a yes man, and like, you know what, I need to get me another job. Now, getting another job is cool if you really have to, but really, if you're working 5 to 9, hopefully it's towards working your own personal business. Hopefully you're working that 5 to 9 to your own personal business, not get another job at FedEx or UPS or mail carrier overnight shift to work 4 hours. No, this is for you. This is for the real entrepreneurs out there who want to make something happen, right?
True, but not everybody's entrepreneur.
And that's right, and that's what I'm saying. Correct. Everyone cannot be a boss. There's a reason why we have workers or frontline people. Those are there for a reason.
Exactly. I want, once again, I co-sign everything you just said, 100. Yeah. Once again, there's always a segment of society that puts in work. You know what I'm saying? The CEOs of corporations, they like to say they work 80 hours a week. Whatever. They always on call. I'm always on call. My work cell phone is by my side all the time. But for the average Joe who you think that you should drive a dump truck for 8 hours a day and then still need to go out and get a side hustle or gig to make ends meet, I ain't talking about balling out. I ain't talking about trying to pay for that trip to Jamaica with your girlfriends or that Vegas trip you want to go on your boys. This commercial is basically saying everybody get a second job. Everybody just get a second job. It'll be good for you. How is it good for you to make an additional $8 an hour and sacrifice your social life, your relationship with your kids, probably your health, working for an additional? I mean, how much do part-time jobs pay? If you're not an entrepreneur, though, how much a part-time side hustle gig pay?
I mean, if you're working part-time, you're not going to get the same rate as someone working full-time. So I would assume, I mean, like I said, FedEx, UPS, they're different because they have 4-hour jobs you can work. But you're really working, people. You're not going there and pushing the button for 4 hours and leave out. No, you working. You're leaving there sweaty and sore, okay? Outside of that, it's not going to be the full, I think maybe $8, $10 maybe. And I'm really being nice there because, like I said, the minimum wage is minimum wage, right?
It is what it is.
So, but, if you're an adult, I'm sure you can finagle them out a little bit to get a little bit more. So I'm going to say somewhere between $8 and $10 that you may get as a part-time gig working only 4 hours a day on top of your already 8-hour shift that you're working right now. Technically it's 9 because you figure that hour they give you for the lunch break. So technically you're there 9 hours, but I digress. You're right.
No, but see, that's the conversation. I'm just throwing this out here. This ain't no attack on it. This is my opinion about what corporate America is shoveling down our throats. we used to be able to have one person working in the family supporting the entire family. One person with a job kept everybody clothed and fed, right? It got to the point where it took two people with a job to do the exact same thing. And now they're trying to introduce the idea into your head that you need two people with two jobs to do the same thing one person could do 50 years ago. When does it stop? When are we as a people? We gotta figure something better out. But corporate America is running us into the ground.
I mean,
and we keep doing it.
It sounds like they want robots. That's what they really want. There's people working all day and all night.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you working. I don't know. Look, money is great. It is few things better than money. But this sounds like modern day slavery. The idea to make you happily go out and get a job, this seems like they want you singing in the cotton fields. I
mean, when you saw the commercial, when you seen the commercial, they was all singing and dancing with their bright colors. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what? I could get me another job working, 4 more hours after working my long day. Sure, why not?
It'll be great.
It looks so great. I mean, they look so happy. Yeah. And then, and then when they said cut, they're like, "Oh man, take this shit off me."
Exactly. Who needs? Matter of fact, I'm saying that. Who needs a active relationship with the person who I care about? Who needs to see my children every day? I mean, one other thing I just barely thought about. A lot of ladies right now in the last election with Joe Biden, they all clamoring for free child care, right? And I get it, free child care. But you understand that you want free child care so you can leave the house and go to work, right? You want to not take care of your own kids. You want to go work. But if you do get free child care, honestly, you're gonna really just gonna have a child and let the government take care of your child 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, when you might want to get a little rest, but you got to run all your errands because a lot of stuff is closed after 5, so you got to do it on Saturday and Sunday. That's when you'll actually have your kids, too, who haven't seen you for the entire week. And man, bruh.
You know what? When you just said that, in the back of my head, somewhere out there, someone was like, well, if the man we're doing is supposed to do, I wouldn't have to look for child care. Blah, 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 blah.
You know you're wrong.
Listen, I hear it all the time. But you know what? We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. I just had to throw that out there real quick.
Yeah, that's
I hear you. Hole. Whoever said it right now, trust me, I hear you. Okay, I heard you. I don't know how, but I heard you. I know.
Well, yeah. You know what? We should address that next, but not now. All I want to say is I saw the commercial. It looked innocent enough on the surface, and of course, even what we're doing right now, technically, this is a side hustle, and we're grinding to do this. This isn't easy, but this is a choice I make, and it fits within my life. I don't have to take away from no other part of my life to accomplish this. But if I got a part-time job at the grocery store or restocking at Walmart or driving a forklift, I would be doing that for somebody else, enriching them somebody else's, and they're going to pay me chump change.
Facts. And also to even add to it that, like you said, we're doing this show right here after our shift, right? But you can understand this is more of a passion because really we just having conversations. Same conversation we had, all we doing is recording it and putting it online for you to listen to. Let's be honest. That's how the show started. We started out after work. We'd be in a parking lot for 2 hours just talking after working a long 9-hour shift, right? We still in the parking lot for 2 more hours just talking. We there. We get off work, it'd be bright. By the time we leave, it's nighttime.
Exactly.
But at least, go ahead.
No, but just like you said, that's fine. Once again, there's always people who are going to do more. But but that wasn't us giving corporate America more time. I mean, talking to my friend is good for my soul. You know what I'm saying? Talking to my friend at work with the strictures and boundaries and restrictions that come with being at work is not the same.
Not the same.
That's why we talk outside the building on our time about whatever we wanted to talk about, because we couldn't do it on the clock on their time. So it ain't the same. I don't. We did it, and I enjoyed it. But I could have got them 2 hours of overtime. It wouldn't. I wouldn't have enjoyed it, and I would have got a little extra money. But anyone who thinks this, any company that's telling you to do this, why don't you just pay overtime? 2 hours of overtime for me might as well be a part-time 4-hour job, right?
I agree.
So just pay me more, and I wouldn't have to work 12, 13 hours a day. That's all I'm saying. Corporate America has beaten us. They've broken the system so bad. They had people dancing and singing about working 4 extra hours. That was kind of crazy.
Please don't do it.
I just wanted to touch base on that once again.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I think we hit it rather nail. Hit the the nail on the head and got right to the point. This is not really a long show. This is just really something that we want to get off our chest. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw it and we understand what we saw now, and like, wow, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Right, that's what we doing. Work 5 to 9. Okay, so cool. I'm like, it doesn't sit well. It's already people already stressed out and not XYZ. Now you want to make sure I work 4 more hours after my shift? Nah. But
exactly.
That's all I had to add to the topic. Anything else you want to add to that before we close it out, my brother? Seth the Dark Child?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to throw it out there. Say, don't be fooled with the bright colors and the smiling faces. Corporate America, they some vicious sharks. They out to get us.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for whoever tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, this is a different, unique show. And like no live video today because once again we remote, and this is like an offset show because Sunday is Valentine's Day. So, we just want to get something on the record. You know what I'm saying? Just in case if we can't link up. So we'll let you know as the week goes. But we out.
Peace.
Peace.